When we think about international collaborations presented in an iconic snowy Swiss town, most of us think of Davos, the home of the World Economic Forum. Today, we're in a different iconic snowy Swiss town, but the theme of international collaboration is still very, very much present. And a prime example of that is on my wrist right now. Hi World Tempest family, welcome to a special session with the World Tempest Showcase as we're in Zermatt today. You can see the Matterhorn in the background. And this is for the first winter edition of World Tempest on Tour. Now, while the others are on the ski slopes today, taking some sports watches on a snowy adventure, we have here something pretty special for you. This is the collaboration between Behrens and Konstantin Shekin, a unique partnership between two innovative non-Swiss watchmakers, proving that mechanical horology has much to offer beyond the borders of Switzerland. This is the Behrens and Konstantin Shekin Ace of Spades, a name which comes from the cards that is designated the strongest in a number of card games, emphasizing the concept that sometimes you get the best results from having two completely different parties working together. Behrens is a Shenzhen-based watch company that specializes in unique expressions of familiar horological functions. You might remember the Behrens Perigee, which displays the moon's orbit around the Earth, or the Project One, which displays the rotation of the Earth and the rotation of Mars, or the Rotary, which uses double Reuleaux cams to indicate hours and minutes. Konstantin Shekin is most recognized via his series of Joker watches, but his real talent lies in extremely complicated timepieces. His Decalogue wristwatch measures time in units according to the Jewish system. His Shabbat clock contains a mechanical logic device that measures the remaining power reserve in the movement, and if there is not enough power reserve to last throughout the Shabbat, the movement is stopped 5 to 6 hours before the onset of Shabbat, and observant owners of this watch, of this clock, can then be alerted to wind the clock before Shabbat begins, and they are then prohibited from operating mechanical devices. He makes several complex timepieces like this based on various systems such as the Orthodox calendar or the Hijri calendar. I could go on for a very, very long time about Shekin's work, but I'll leave it there for now. The baseline is that this is one extremely talented watchmaker. You might even call him a genius. The Joker timepieces may be less mechanically complex in construction than Shekin's other work, but that doesn't mean they're any less interesting. Legendary Swiss watchmaker Philippe Dufour is one person who I know is a fan of these watches. He expressed his appreciation of them when he and I both served on the jury of the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève. Let's quickly go through the indications. The eyes of this watch are actually the hour and minute indications. Hours on the right eye, well, on the left for us, and minutes on the left eye, as shown by these rotating dots. So right now it's 2:30. But obviously it's a bit later on in the afternoon in Zermatt, but that's the time being indicated on the watch right now. The mouth has been used for a few indications in previous Joker watches. We've seen the moon phase, the day of the week, even Martian time, but here it's indicating something a bit more familiar to us, the seconds. The hand pointing to the seconds is moving in an eccentric way, and its motion is controlled by a cam that you can just about see over here. It's coming into view now. You can see it moving. It's a bit of a curved arc shaped, and as it turns you can see it controlling the motion of the seconds hand. What you might find interesting is actually the composition of the dial and case, which, according to the official information given by the brand, is ice crystal titanium. That's not really something we've heard a lot about, but my initial guess is that it's a titanium alloy that's been subjected to a specific annealing process that allows the titanium to form these large grain crystals that you can see very, very distinctly here. Now, All naturally occurring metals are polycrystalline in structure. That's how they get a lot of their material properties, but you can't really tell visually because the grain size is too small to see with the naked eye. Large metallic crystals like this are created under controlled conditions in a lab, and honestly, I think the icy background of the Matterhorn is the perfect visual complement to the shimmering look of the ice crystal titanium. Now, I did a quick Google search, and the only thing I could find related to ice crystal titanium is a patent registered to a metallurgical company in Shenyang, which is in the northeast of China, but the process described in the patent documents aligns pretty well with what I said above, so I think we're kind of almost pretty much on the right track regarding the case and the dial material of the Barons and Constantine Shakin Ace of Spades. The case back of the watch is decorated with an engraving of Shakin's Joker character, with the names of both Barons and Constantine Shakin also included in the design as part of the engraving right here. Now, this piece is limited to 20 pieces, as you can see here on the case back. But don't worry if you can't get your hands on this particular piece, as there are a couple more models on the way with a grade 5 titanium case and a matte bead blasted dial. These two watches are prototypes, as you can see on the back. So it says prototype. So we were actually really lucky to get our hands on these, but you know, that's how we roll at World Tempus. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining us in Zermatt for the winter edition of World Tempus on tour with the Barons and Constantine Shakin Ace of Spades. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more content like this, and see you next time.